Hey, it's Keisha with your Textarot reading for October 31st. Cool. So we've got some movement, choices, and decisions coming up, it seems, which is right in there with these energies, right? We're coming into a new moon. We've been ending the 16-year cycle, Pluto going into Capricorn. So, we've got some choices to make. Things are happening and necessitating us making some choices. Choose you. Choose what's new. Do not go back. Do not choose what is comfortable. This is not that moment. Too much has happened for us to go back. And so whatever choices you're being presented with, choose you and choose forward motion, please, please. And make sure you're comfortable with the decision. Now, this is an interesting thing. When you're stepping into something new, there may be a little bit of excitement, like, oh, I don't know, and a little bit of anxiety, but that anxiousness is good. It's fueling you. You're stepping into the unknown, and because you don't know. And so that's exciting in its own way. You'll need to use your powers of discernment here, right? Because there is fear of the unknown that keeps you safe, fear of the unknown that keeps you small, and fear of the unknown that's just a natural response to not knowing what's around the corner, but it could be for your best. So, if it's fear towards the positive side, then go with it. If it's fear towards the negative, then you need to dive a little deeper and figure out what's really going on there, and from there assess whether or not that's the right decision. I have a feeling, though, because the next card is Passion Ignited, that the decision you make is going to speak to something deep within you. And that's the way, that should be the indication when I talk about discernment, that feeling. Even if it's a little unknown and a little bit of trepidation, the fact that it opens up something within you should give you comfort knowing that what's on the other side of it is good. And so that's the decision to make. Or it could be a balance, the other side of that being the balance of you've made the decision and that's ignited a passion within you. And because you made that decision and because that passion's ignited, you can now go forth into like this typically 9 of Cups, but the fulfillment of wishes, which interestingly enough, we also had yesterday. So clearly this energy is in the air for you. It's in the air for all of us. So be aware of that. Just know that, listen, everything that has happened to us to this point has brought us to this point so that we can step up that next ladder of ascension, that next ladder, the next rung of ascension. And because we are so close to the end, and I know it's been really hard, and I know it's been stretching us, and I know it feels like we've been, being pulled over a rack. We've come too far, one, to only come this far, and two, we've come too far to stop and to turn back or to give into fear or lack or any former 3D representation of fear that in the past would have, quote unquote, kept us safe. And the reason is because all this time we've been growing ourselves such that we can be in a position to say yes to our greater selves in trusting that that next step is going to be provided to us as we take it. So if you imagine, the fool in the Rider-Waite, where the fool is about to walk off the edge of the cliff, we need to be confident in knowing that that next step is going to be provided to us. This is not a moment where we look down and think, oh no, there's no step there. Similarly, if you've read the Bible or you know of it or are comfortable with it, we think of Peter going out onto the water, to meet Jesus. And when his focus is on Jesus, when his focus is on the higher, he's able to walk in faith. It's only when he looks down and starts to perceive a 3D reality that he's like, oh no, I'm not supposed to be able to walk on water, and he falls through and Jesus has to reach down and save him. We don't have time to get wet. We don't have time to be saved. Like, we need to stay focused on the higher self. We need to stay focused on the light above. And that's what's going to bring us to this space of the fulfillment of wishes. And in that place where everything is opened up, then we're going to see the new coming in, and we're already getting a hint of that with the Love Begins card. So let me just tell you, as much as this is a reading for the collective, I definitely feel like I'm part of the I'm part of the collective. Look, I'm in this with you all. And this one just speaks to me in my own, travels, travails, and journeys. So I say yay. Like, I know it's hard. Like I said, I'm part of the collective. I'm in this shit with you. But it's beautiful. And it's also the reason that I do the work that I do. And I put this work out there. And I've already recorded one meditation that's up. So you can check that out on my YouTube. And it is precisely, I've ordered my day in such a way that I took care of me first. I did my yoga. I had some prayer and written meditation time and journaling to kind of get my mind right about what needed to happen today and what I need to see. And then I took that into, the physical by doing yoga. And right after yoga is my meditation time. And today, the meditation that I wanted to do, or I felt like I needed, I needed this. It was like, no, I think the collective also needs it, so you need to film it. And so I did. And it's a quick 4-part meditation. I think the length of the time on the video is like 11 minutes, but the actual meditation is probably about 7. So I would say no excuses, like do the video, because I think it could be particularly helpful. And now we've got this reading, which is kind of giving us some insight as to where we're headed and what to expect. And I think based on those two things, like, we're in a really good spot. Not to mention, and I don't mean for this to be a long one, but listen. The amount of power, the amount of resources and energy that's available to us right now in this moment to move us through is tremendous, and we need to make the most of it. And I think that brings us back to this movement card, where we've got these movement is happening, right? Because we're in the 11-1 portal. We've got the new moon, it being Samhain, All Hallows Eve, Halloween, whatever you want to celebrate. All of this energy, we're also coming into the end of the year where the cycle is going to start pressing down and pressing things out. We need to make choices that are going to support us, even if we don't know what the eventual outcome is going to be. We just need to trust that it's good. We need to keep our focus on the higher. So yeah, this is that moment. Use the power and the energies that are around you and make the most of it. You've got my love. You got my attention. Definitely reach out. This is definitely a time to book your readings with me, as well as the dynamic healing session would be ideal for anyone who is looking to, like I said, take that next step up the ladder of ascension. Because this is a fantastic opportunity to release, long-standing, long-held patterns. And really, open you up to move you forward. So if you can get in, fit in, like, this is the time. So, all right, my loves, I will see you in the next one. Bye.